Go hurting religious sentiments. That's what a petition filed in the Gujarat High Court claims. What's more, the court has also issued notices to the central government, state government, and also to the San Francisco-based developer of the game. A PIL submitted in the court had alleged that the game hurts religious sentiments of cities by showing eggs in places of worship, particularly Hindu and Jain temples. The petition claimed that the eggs were considered non-vegetarian food in India and it is blasphemous to show them inside of a temple. The court also allowed the petitioner's lawyer to issue notice to the foreign company through email besides the normal procedure.
We had filed a petition in the Gujarat High Court. The petitioner was Mr. Anil Dave. He had filed this petition on the ground that Pokemon Go has been seriously hurting religious sentiments, because what has been done is, in the game of Pokemon Go, there is eggs which are being shown, and these eggs are described, shown, depicted, seen inside the places of worship, be it temples, Gurudwara. So our contention in the petition was, you cannot depict, you cannot show, you cannot describe an egg to be inside the temple. So notice has been issued to all the 5 respondents. So in that case, now they will have to come before the court and they will have to state as to what they have to say as against the petition filed by the petitioner here.
Would have never imagined that a PIL would actually be filed for this as well. We've got Arun Kumar. He's a junior policy director at the Software Freedom Law Center. Arjun, how exactly can this be considered as an insult to any religion? It's just a game. This is fiction.
Yes, that is very true. So, as always, insult to religious sentiments and matters like this are always very, very subjective. So, we do have provisions within our codes of law which do make punishable the acts of hurting others' religious sentiments, and there are valid grounds under which such an action can be brought. But at least in the present instance, when you're talking about a game like Pokemon Go that is displaying a picture of an egg inside a religious building in a topographical map, then it is really up to the people who are being affected by this to determine how this is affecting their religious sentiments, and they obviously have every right to approach the courts of law with their particular grievance, and if the courts find a certain amount of merit in their arguments, then it is up to the court to actually decide whether or not the claim that is brought is valid or otherwise.
Okay, but how exactly can such a case go forward, because the maker is currently not in India? How are they even going to be prosecuted?
Yes, yeah, that is a very valid question also, in the sense that the Pokemon Go game has not even been launched yet in India. So
correct.
The only way that you can actually play the game is to actually circumvent the settings that are actually normally used by the other players to actually access the game. So any players of the game are unofficially playing the game, so the developer does not have an Indian presence. So it is going to be a question of jurisdiction, in the sense that the actual developer is placed outside of India. So it is going to be a question of bringing them to the court and making them answer to the Indian laws. And this is always a very difficult proposition when it comes to matters relating to the internet and anything to do with cross-border flow of data and cross-border provision of content and services.
And in fact, just out of curiosity, final question, Arjun, can the maker, can the software developer actually not turn around and say, I want to sue everyone who's used it in India for copyright infringement or for piracy?
So this is, as far as I can understand, so this is not an illegal method through which people are actually playing this game. It is just that there are certain technical limitations that are put in place as to from which particular IP addresses and from which locality the game can actually be legally accessed and played.
Okay.
But if at all people are using other measures, like for instance in the iOS ecosystem, what you can do is to just sign into a different account which has been registered in the United States, and just download the game into your iPhone into India itself and to just play it from India.
All right.
So this is not illegal under any means. So you're still accessing the United States app store, and that's how you're downloading the game, and that's how you're playing it. So this is something that the Apple services ecosystem itself lets you do. So that itself is not strictly illegal. And even in Android, where people can install a specialized APK that lets them play the game and install it on their devices and play it, that's also not strictly illegal. So I don't think the possibility of the developers turning around and suing people for illegally playing the game is something that exists. But yes.
All right. For now, thank you very much, Arjun, for having taken out time and spoken to us here on India Today.